Hello viewers, welcome to Accent TV. Today we'll try to understand what exactly is meant by the term karma. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. What exactly is meant by the term karma? The word karma is derived from a Sanskrit word kri, meaning to do or to act, and so all action is karma. Now, upon hearing this definition, you may conclude that this would be generally some good or bad action that would be associated by acts done by our body, mostly our limbs, such as aiding the poor, helping an old lady cross the street, committing murder, etc. These actions no doubt constitute karma, but they are just a subset of the entire picture. The word karma may not just apply to these outer actions by our limbs, but it also applies to inner actions, meaning those which are performed with our mind, as well as those which may be performed by our five sensory organs like our eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and hands. In fact, any action performed through the body, mind, and senses is called karma. Thus, our thoughts and feelings constitute towards karma. When we harbor good thoughts and good feelings of love, empathy, and kindness, then we are doing positive actions or positive karma. Whereas when we indulge in negative thoughts, in activities of untruth and deceit, or nurture feelings of anger, jealousy, and hatred towards others, then we are doing negative karma. So, all our mental activities constitute karma and will draw in their respective results. Similarly, the activities which we perform with our senses also contribute to our karmic profile. Consider the sense of sight, for example. We may utilize our sense of sight positively, examples of which would be reading a book to gather knowledge, or by watching spiritual videos, including this one. Or we may indulge utilizing it negatively by staring blankly at women deriving pleasure which may not serve any purpose other than sense gratification. Another example is that of our tongue. It can be used for meaningful speech as well as swearing and can make up bad words, which plays first in our mind and then the tongue finally executes it, which finally brings on suffering to the souls that hear it out as well as the soul that delivers the speech. After all, we are one, so the hate speech would finally end up affecting ourselves. Now, besides these mental and sensory activities, karma also includes those mundane bodily activities in which our conscious mind is not involved. Examples would be sleeping, blinking, our eyes, etc. Karma thus is all encompassing. It is not the selective choosing of some actions and neglecting of others, but each and every action that we perform, which involves either our body, mind, or our senses, or the combination of these three, which would comprise of karma. We are doing karma all the time. As per the Gita, we cannot live without our karmas. Since we cannot live with our karmas, a question would arise as to how to get released from this karmic cycle. The answer to this would be that we need to see whose karma it is. You will find out that you are actually not the doer. If we relieve ourselves from the results of our actions, then we could be free. This is not easy but requires grace of God, for which you should pray to Him, worship Him, and meditate on Him. Thanks for listening. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel for daily and weekly updates and click on the like button, and please comment on the videos to recommend to us what content you would like to watch on our channel. Thank you.